Welcome back, Pro Wrestling Throwdown, May 9th edition. This is This Week in Wrestling, Part 2. I'm your host, Kaleb Blaque. He's your co-host with the most, Luke the Big Dawg Williams. We're talking NXT, and what a show this week.
It was great.
Every single thing was good. Man, was it good.
Yeah, it was great.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Karrion Kross.
Oh my gosh.
And Scarlett, what an entrance, what a debut. I'm a sucker for enigmatic entrances. Yes. I am a sucker for something that draws you in. It was completely different.
Yeah.
It was dark. It was weird and
Scarlett
eerie.
Singing his own entrance theme.
Oh, yeah, and she looks great. He looks like a maniacal serial killer.
He looks like what you would want Killer Kross to look like.
Exactly. Karrion Kross killing it.
Oh, man.
Like, as soon as the entrance happened, I got goosebumps because it was something reminiscent. To me, pro wrestling should make you feel like you're in an alternate reality. It should suck you right in.
Yeah.
And, man, as soon as the entrance starts, I'm sold. I'm booked.
Before the match started, we watched this together in preparation for this vidcast, and within the first few minutes of him coming to the ring, we were already having dream scenario matches in mind.
Oh, yeah, Aleister Black.
Aleister Black, AJ Styles, Taker.
Give him Taker.
You know, there's only one way to go when it's up with this guy.
Yeah. Make him a killer.
Not to mention, I don't even remember the guy's name he wrestled. He wasn't.
Yeah, it was a developmental talent.
He'll be remembered for the guy who wrestled his first match.
The entrance was much longer than the actual match.
Vicious, though.
Violent, vicious, brutal, but not overly so. It was perfect. He was an animal.
It's a way to build a monster.
Karrion Kross.
Oh,
huge thumbs up.
Double thumbs up.
Huge thumbs up. Io Shirai and Charlotte Flair.
Great match.
For the NXT Women's Championship. It was a great match. Again, my issues with Charlotte Flair beating Liv Morgan on Raw, completely non-existent in NXT. No. There's not a woman that she shouldn't beat all the time in NXT because she's the champion and because she's Charlotte Flair.
Going over with the figure eight.
Yeah.
The one thing I didn't like about the match was the schmoz ending with
the kendo stick.
Oh no, she didn't go over.
She didn't go over. She got disqualified for attacking Io Shirai with the kendo stick.
The thing that I had a problem with was Rhea Ripley.
See, I liked Rhea Ripley coming out to break it up, but here's my thing. Remember when Charlotte Flair used the kendo stick on Ronda Rousey?
Yes.
And it didn't really give us any traction afterward.
No.
If Charlotte Flair is going to make these attacks frequent, she needs to attack Rhea Ripley back. She needs to look strong if she's going to be that type of heel. She doesn't need to run from Rhea Ripley.
The biggest problem I had from it is after she had ran, you have the argument between Io
Shirai,
and Rhea Ripley to the point where she's following Rhea Ripley up the ramp.
Yeah.
Yelling at her.
Yeah.
And yet Rhea Ripley just plays it off like she doesn't even know who she is.
Such a shame.
You don't build an angle like that.
No.
And it really was a damper. Although I think the match, for what it was, thumbs up.
Yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up all day. What else did we, before we get to we had a couple of qualifiers for the Cruiserweight title. Akira Tozawa goes over.
Yes.
And so does the man from the future. Or the past.
Kushida.
Or Back to the Future.
Back and safe and sound in the year 1985.
Yeah, Kushida and Tozawa. Tozawa used as a jobber on Raw a lot. Or I don't even want to call him a jobber, developmental talent on Raw.
Only to come to NXT and go...
And dominate that tournament because he's really good. But, yeah, I don't know where they're going with the tournament. Obviously, Drake Maverick's my choice, my hopeful choice. Main event, though.
Oh, man.
Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole put on a clinic.
Yes.
It was so... Velveteen Dream, they do not need to put the belt on him until they're in front of a crowd. But when they're in front of that crowd and Velveteen Dream finally takes that belt, the place is going to explode. And Adam Cole could be champion forever, and I'm still not going to complain.
No. And, you know, the match was so good that I didn't even have a problem with the...
Undisputed Era?
The cluster that was the ending of that match. It went over fine. I don't know what they call him in NXT, but he used to wrestle with Sam
Dexter Loomis.
That's
wrestled
it.
with Samuel Shaw.
coming out from under the ring out of nowhere.
I love his look. I love the gimmick. Obviously, it's a take on serial killers. And, yeah, fan of the mustache. Again, another guy who's really athletic, really talented, plays his gimmick well. I can't wait to watch him and Karrion Kross have a match.
It depends on the future of what they want to do with him and Velveteen Dream. Because
agreed.
That would just be, the promos write themselves. It would be fantastic. So I'm going to say, Adam Cole, title match, Velveteen Dream, definitely.
Thumbs up.
Definitely.
Tell us what you thought about NXT in the comments below, or send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Moving on, AEW.
Great show.
Great show. It was a lot of fun to watch.
It really was. For the first time in weeks, in my opinion, I think it was my favorite show.
Had another Lance Archer beat down of QT Marshall following a promo from Brandy Rhodes.
Yeah. Jake the Snake, man. How good does it feel to look at him and see how healthy he is?
Yeah, he looks great, and he's a great heel. We have a beat down on the champ, Jon Moxley, from the Dark Order following a match.
All they had to do was ask.
All they had to do was ask. So I guess our new number one contender is Brody Lee, leader of the Dark Order. That'll be interesting. I'm not really into the, again, we talked about it, I'm not really into the Dark Order.
Brody they also took off with the belt. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, Brody Lee has the championship in his possession. But it'll be a good match. Moxley's great.
Yeah, both men know each other really well.
Yeah, it's going to be hard hitting. It's going to be a strong match.
It'll be a good match. This time they have the option of not having to be under the WWE's thumb creatively for their match. So I think it'll be hard hitting. I think it'll be worth a watch.
Cody Rhodes and Joey Janela opened the show with a damn good match.
Yes.
Damn good match. Janela he's winning me over. And I never thought that's something I would say.
It seems like he's putting in the work.
Yeah, he's getting, there were a couple of clunky, odd spots. But other than that, it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was a pretty good match.
Nyla Rose, Beast. Beast Women's Champion, great. I love her number one contender. I think she's the best wrestler. Unfortunately, I can't remember her name. It's another Japanese wrestler's name. And when you find out the name, you send us an email or leave us a comment. Who is Nyla Rose's number one contender? Because I can't remember and I don't want to grab my phone.
I think the number one contender match is going to be the Fatal 4-Way next week.
Yeah, it's going to be Dr. Britt Baker.
How about the girl
Chris
who took the beating?
Oh, yeah, 18 years old.
18
years old on national television in a ring with Nyla Rose. It was awesome. Main event, though. Main event of AEW. Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy wrestles Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara in a no-DQ street fight.
I wonder if I leaned off camera and then leaned back in camera, if I could change clothes quicker than Matt Hardy can.
I loved it.
It's fantastic.
I loved Matt Hardy changing. I don't know why that popped me so big.
Could you imagine what the pop would have been if there would have been a live audience?
But it's hilarious and it's fun. That's the thing about what AEW does right, is that they make wrestling fun.
Yes.
You don't have to take AEW overly seriously, but it's fun to watch.
And it was Matt Hardy and Chris Jericho giving their partners the room to shine and to really stick out.
Guevara took a hit from a cart. And a hell of a hit.
If you aren't a fan of the way he took that bump off that, you're not.
And Les Sex Gods is fantastic. I love the idea of Guevara being Jericho's lackey.
He reminds me a lot of young Jericho.
Yeah, and I think that when it comes to the breakdown of the group, that Guevara's going to be the standout star, and him and Jericho are going to have a great series of matches in the future. Match gets broken up at the end. The rest of Jericho's faction
was kind of foretold.
Jake Hager and Santana and Ortiz show up, but again, it was a lot of fun to watch.
The Inner Circle. One of the most entertaining endings to a wrestling show in months.
I don't think there was anything on AEW I didn't like. I think it was another. So overall,
I think a solid show.
Both everything and NXT and AEW wrestling on Wednesdays gets a thumbs up.
Oh yeah,
I'm giving both shows a 4 out of 5.
I think that NXT I would give a 4, only because I don't think there was as much going on.
Okay.
As AEW 4.5.
Okay.
I mean, it is as close to perfect as you can get without being perfect.
Once again, let us know what you thought of Wednesday Night Wrestling.
Yes.
AEW, NXT. Leave us a comment, like, subscribe, or send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Stay tuned for Today in Wrestling History.